YouTube, what the crap's going on? Azhag the Slaughter, welcoming you to the green hordes here. Actually got Azhag leading mostly savage orcs, but not all savage orcs. I've got some boar boy biggins, 3 of them. The rusty heirs, a couple of savage orc era boys. And then I've got 3 savage orcs, 4 savage orc biggins as my infantry. And then I've got a sneaky Gabo shaman hiding way back here in the back. We started with about 21 winds of magic, which I was hoping it would be a low number so that shaman would basically keep the Empire from getting any. My opponent picked an interesting army, flagellants combined with great swords and the silver bullets, and he's got a Royal Altdorf Griffite, so Volkmar can do a lot of damage to infantry. The Grey Wizard is meant to damage blobs of infantry as well. I'm going to try not to blob too hard. I'm going to engage his flagellants head on. That's a fight I feel pretty good about with my savage orcs. I feel like my savage orcs hit a little heavier than his flagellants do. So here comes the charges. And then basically I have Spirit Leech with Azhag and Fate of Buna. So my goal was Fate of Buna would be used against enemy cavalry. Spirit Leech would be for flyers who were trying to be pesky. But right here I Spirit Leech his Grey Wizard. I want to pull this guy down. And then immediately I'm going to turn around and hit the Royal Altdorf Griffites with the Fate of Buna while charging them with Savage Orc Biggins and trying to pin them into the fight, because these guys cause terror and I really don't want them around. My guys will be immune to terror as long as they can keep their leadership. So the combination of a Pit of Shades and the banishment off of Volkmar, and that banishment like went perfectly down my line. My enemy couldn't have asked for a better luck there from that spell. It was just perfect for him. Unfortunately for him, though, my Wolf Rider savaged his silver bullets, and all my archers are still very much alive, and then my cavalry are keeping Volkmar relatively contained at the moment, but my cavalry is being terrified. I didn't know Volkmar could cause terror, but he can, so it's causing problems for me. My main leadership right here with Azhag and the 2 Gabo big bosses in the center are kind of just holding back great swords, and you can see I'm kind of losing on this flank, but I did effectively get rid of his Royal Altdorf Grivites, who were trying to get away, going the wrong direction from my Savage Orcs. Some Flagellants break through the line, and are going to start threatening my archers, but not enough of them to be terribly threatening. He's using the Withering, and then I used another Spirit Leech here to try and pull his Grey Wizard down even further. I want his Grey Wizard off the field. He's managed to actually get some work done, and I'm not a fan of it. So I'm going to pull back the Rusty Heirs. We don't need them particularly a whole lot here, but at least we got rid of the Griffites. They're gone. So really now we just have to contain Volkmar, and the rest of his infantry should die, and I've got archers for picking off flagellants. Great swords are fairly vulnerable to archers as well because they don't have a shield. So I'm feeling pretty good about life at the moment. And I know the Grey Wizard's not going to be getting much magic back at this point because of my Gabo Shaman hiding way back here in the corner with nothing else other than just the ability to slow down the magic recharge. So that's your sneaky Gabo Shaman to take away magic from the enemy, which can be a big deal. He's going to use Grand Shield of Faith. So yeah, Volkmar's gotten a lot of kills. He's gotten 84 kills, and you can see he's still kind of plowing through my infantry, and this is what he's going to be good at. But now that he's lost all of his support units relatively quick, I'm not going to really have the leadership loss to make this too dangerous for me. He's doing the cool bombardment ability. Yeah, he's going to be in trouble. I'm trying to just finish off the great swords over here so that we can clean this up. He's going to use the Grand Hammer of Sigmar there. Which is not a bad ability. It's pretty useful, actually. But at this point, there's really not enough left for the Empire, so the Savage Orc build here is going to overcome, and then at the very end, we're going to Spirit Leech Volkmar just to really start rubbing salt in the wound since he's unbreakable. You can see Volkmar's last stand here. Almost looks like Balthasar standing up there. Anyway, so Azhag and his hordes managed to win the day here. So I just wanted to show you this battle. I thought it was pretty fun. A Volkmar build is not something you get from the Empire, and he did get a lot of kills, and you can see he was terrorizing my infantry, so Volkmar could definitely be effective if the Greenskins had brought a bunch of Biggins or Orc Boys or other stuff that are a little more vulnerable to that. Fortunately, the Savage Orcs, while they're in Frenzy, have some immunity to it, and it saved me, and then, of course, the Savage Orc pick ended up being very good against the Flagellants. Flagellants got a few kills against my Savage Orcs, but I don't mind trading Savage Orcs into the Flagellants, and then we were able to contain the Great Swords. And then my archers actually back here got quite a lot of kills because these infantry were unshielded. and then shutting down the Royal Altdorf Griffites and the Silver Bullets was pretty crucial for me there as well. I wanted to talk a little bit about, I guess, Lore of Death. It's an interesting one. Like in the early patches, it was super powerful, and then it got to be to where it wasn't, all that great per se, because Spirit Leech and Fate of Buna kind of got nerfed into the dirt. Well, I don't know if Spirit Leech ever got nerfed into the dirt. It used to be straight up OP, and then it got nerfed. But like I said, I can't remember if it got nerfed into the dirt or not. I just wanted to demonstrate something real quick with Azhag, which is this Purple Sun of Xereus actually does massive damage to infantry blobs, like tons of damage, and it's surprising actually how much it can do. Let's just get a line of Savage Orcs just to hold, and I want to try and demonstrate something here. Like if you were to get, let's put the Empire Captain with no mount, just so he's in here, and let's just throw some Great Swords and a couple other units in the mix, and we'll try and blob these units up. So I've got it set to a map where I hopefully can blob up the enemy a little bit. But just wanted to talk about it. So whenever they changed the spells, basically, to where, or the vortex spells, to where they didn't, like when you overcast them, their rate of change of direction is decreased significantly. And what that means is that basically a vortex spell on the overcast is not going to zip around all over the place quite as badly as it used to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use this weird spot on Glacial Lake to bottleneck the enemy real bad. I don't know where if they're going to go around the backside. If they go around the backside, we can try and bottle them up over here. Alright, we're going to fast forward real quick. I just need a big blob of enemies somewhere. I don't really care if they do it over here or what. Okay, 2 over here, 2 over here. AI can't make up its mind right now. Stupid AI. I really wish they would make like a testing mode where you could control both armies. It would be very handy. This blob right here should work enough. Let's let it swing around, and I say that, the AI really didn't bring near as many as I would have liked over here. Whatever, just attack. Alright, should be good enough for demonstration purposes, because there's a fairly... No, the AI is not really cooperating. This blob over here is looking better. Alright, so watch. Purple Sun of Xereus. If you overcast it, it should move around less. Doesn't mean it won't move, because it is. But you can see, look at the damage it did to these infantry units. Those 3 infantry units got almost entirely wiped out. And it moved, relatively just kind of along a small straight line there. And Azhag racked up 22 kills, basically defeating 3 different infantry units. So the Purple Sun of Xereus overcast like that takes a lot of Winds of Magic. But I just wanted to kind of remind you all that that's there. And all Vortex spells technically had that change. We'll test out some of the others to see if they can work as well as that. Like Flame Storm might be an interesting one, see if it can do it. But I know for a fact Purple Sun of Xereus can cause some pretty massive damage. The problem you're going to get is it'll work great in campaign. You can use it on the AI over and over again in the right spots. In multiplayer, it's going to be less often that you get a chance to use it because it costs money to bring it. And then usually Spirit Leech and Fate of Buna end up being more handy, but it's definitely worth a pick if you think your opponent is going to blob an infantry somewhere, and it can be very devastating if used properly. So just something to keep in mind. I don't know, what do you all think? Any of you ever gotten a good Purple Sun of Xereus cast on your opponent? It's not a bad spell, really. Appreciate MSI sponsoring the channel. Appreciate you all being here. I love you. You're great viewers. Yes, I love you. I just said it. You are great viewers. I love you. That weird you out. No, in any case, appreciate you being here. It's fantastic. I get a lot of great viewers, a lot of great comments, people submitting stuff. Really make this a lot of fun for me. I love recording for you every night. Sorry when I do miss a day. It's usually because I've been busy. I had a 13-hour day at work the other day, so I did miss one. Hope to see you all soon. HeirofCarthage, signing out.